And hi, let's check this game. It was recommended to me by Steam. Thanks, Gabe. A little bit of options. Let's start a new game to see all the story.
Jesus.
Well, that's just a little turbulent. Why are you so nervous, love?
I don't know. I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh, it's been a while since you...
It's nothing. I'll be fine. Just make sure that cargo's secure.
Everything looks fine back here. Things are shifting a little, but...
Damn it!
Alright, that was quite a belt. Let's get our minds on something else. You ever still think about Ireland?
It's 30 years since I've been there, Leonor. I don't remember anything.
Don't be daft. Tell me a story about when you were a little boy.
Alright. Did I ever tell you about the time I stole a box of sweets?
No, you haven't.
I was maybe 7 or 8. I was at the corner store with me dad. He gave me enough money for 1 box. But I thought, wouldn't it be grand to get the box for him instead?
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think I'd done something at the time and was trying to make up for it. But as much as I wanted to give him the sweets, I still wanted some, you know. So I bought the one and pocketed the other.
Oh, no.
And just as soon as I paid a man, I turned around and saw me dad. Just staring at me.
Oh, no. Did he know what you'd done? Or did you get away with it?
Well, that's the thing. He... Shit!
Oh my God! Stanley!
Put your
Stanley,
seatbelt
look!
on!
The left engine's on fire!
No. Oh, Christ, this isn't good.
Stanley, what's happening?
We're going down, love, okay? I need you to hold on, get in the brace position.
No! Shit!
Leonor!
Stanley!
The plane.
Okay, it was a terrible air crash. As always, I'd like to go back.
The plane must not be too far.
Stanley's trying to be brave, but I can say he's still in pain. I was able to secure flawless passports and a boat with a captain who doesn't ask questions. There are so many inlets on the western coast, we'll make landfall in complete secrecy. The entire world is open to us. The entire world except for Ireland, but I won't miss it for a second. We have a new life now. Together.
Beautiful view. Really beautiful. Some part. Yeah. this was my seat, and it was just ejected from the plane, I think. Everything is on fire. Oh, is it blood? Actually, I have no other ways.
Leonor, where are you, love? Up there, my plane.
Yeah, his voice is quite realistic for this situation.
Fuck!
Oh no.
Jesus Christ!
I just played Dead Light from Microsoft Studios, and the voices there are just like people don't know what they sounding,
No.
what they talking about.
Leonor?
Stanley?
Leonor, yes, it's Stanley.
Are you there?
I can hear you, love. I'm here.
Must have picked up. Christ, I hope you can hear me.
Fucking mobile's broken. She can't hear me.
I'm still in the plane. Or part of the plane. My leg gets trapped.
Christ.
I can't move. Stanley, I don't know where I am. But I can't see you, but there's smoke. There's black smoke. And see?
Leonor. Black smoke. She's still alive. Pull it together, Stanley. Do what needs to be done.
Okay, let's do. Oh, there's snow on the camera. Am I freezing?
Steam. This is good. Got to stay warm.
Yeah, I was freezing. It was really freezing. And I can have some warm air from here. Let's run.
The manifest. We should have landed hours ago. They'll have to know we're missing. Send out a search party. Please, God.
Okay, it's warm here. We lost some boxes. Customers would not be glad that we lost their shipment.
So cold.
Yeah, cold.
So many islands. Even I'm not sure which one we're on. Shite! These little fuckers can really sting.
The thing stings me.
If I get lost in there, I'll never get out.
Okay, maybe I need some torch.
What is this?
I was afraid of this. I knew from the moment I saw Stanley clutching that tiny body in his arms that the nightmares would come back. They're worse than ever. I can feel Stanley's heart breaking with every shuddering breath. I heard him say, "Don't go." Is he talking to me? I'll never leave him.
Okay. Did I miss some part? Let's check all the
There's the
ways.
black smoke. Need to find a way to that peak.
But first we should check those fire in places.
Oh God. Shelter. Oh, thank God this torch still works.
Molly and I were at Rory's pub when in walked Stanley Whittaker. I picked up my pint and walked over to meet him in the middle of the room. When he saw me coming, his eyes lit up with this big, beautiful, goofy smile. I threw him a drink in his face. Then I grabbed him by his collar and I told him to keep his big trap shut about my father. Stanley blinked away the bear and said he was only looking out for me because Mr. Fancy Shoes was just too good looking and that I should have a plain fella so everyone would notice the beautiful woman. He said I was luminous. Then he said people would also know that I'm brave. God knows why, but I laughed and I asked him, "Oh, why am I brave?" "Oh, you'd have to be," he said, "to be seen with a bloke like me." Well, the entire pub burst into laughter. And then Rory threw him a towel and Stanley caught it without taking his eyes off me. They were the bluest things I'd ever seen. The bastard. I can't wait to see him again.
Now when I have torch, maybe could I go there? Or should I check this shelter first? I think the cave is first. I'm not sure that I would be acting like that in real life, but now I'm really interested with this cave. It's cold, it's really cold. Now I have a torch. And it's a little bit scary here. And it is quite realistic. No, really.
As this icy stone closes in around me, I'm overwhelmed by a fear that the last 30 years together was only a dream. That I'm still trapped, still locked away in the dark. As I cross this godforsaken island to find you, every agonizing step reminds me that the dream is over. But the pain reminds me that I'm still alive. And as long as I live, there is hope. Leonor, I will find you. I will find you.
Stop talking and look for Leonor. Wow. Wow. The camera.
Stunning. It's like a cathedral.
He's running not really fast. Oh. Some glitch, graphical glitch.
Looks like a way out. But I can't climb this ice.
Currently, I cannot climb. I think I would find something to climb up.
Ah, you poor bastard. At least I won't stay trapped in this cave.
Woohoo! Now I'm Lara Croft. I'm not sure if I could do that in real life. It's really hard. And of course you should have special shoes for this.
The black smoke. I'm getting closer.
Okay.
Leonor.
Stanley, I can see the lockbox. It's empty. The crasher must have broke open. All the case files, all the information. My diary. You have to find him. You have to find everything. If anyone comes, Stanley. If anyone comes, they can't find out who we are.
But
Bollocks.
who are we?
All this time, we've been so careful. Oh, what now? My God. No.
Uh-oh. I think I can freeze here. I need that fire. I need that fire. Yeah. This geyser was civilized in some strange way. Okay. Do I have any map?
Another page from her journal.
Mother's crying in the next room. She says it's because she's happy, but I don't believe her. My father is getting out of prison. My friends protest the unlawful imprisonments, but I wish they'd kept Michael O'Shea locked up forever. Life in prison isn't long enough for him. It would kill my mother if she ever read this. What if Michael ever read it? Would it kill him? Or would he kill me? Well, the violence didn't stop when he was on the inside, but at least when I read about something terrible in the paper, I knew my father wasn't the cause. But now, God help us all.
Yeah, I see some code. $31.28. No.
Stanley took me to this lovely old tree on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It was just the perfect spot. Then I saw there were notches carved into the trunk. I pointed them out to him and asked him how many other girls had he brought here. Stanley laughed and said when he was just a lad, he and his dad would come to the same spot for picnics, and Paddy would notch the tree to show how much Stanley had grown. I turned as red as a beetroot and muttered some kind of apology. When we sat down to eat lunch, I saw another notch at the base of the tree. When I asked him what that one was for, he winked and said, Margaret Kane.
If she knew I was reading her journal, she'd just... Don't even think it.
Yeah. As I understood, we do not want that she would read something. No one's falling down.
The summers in Munich are beautiful. The palazzas are full of tourists, so Stanley and I blend right in. But even in the sea of anonymous faces, we have to be careful. Today, I was sitting in the park with my lunch when this young man with a big fancy camera came up to me. He was handsome and stylish, a real artsy type, and he asked if he could take some photos of me. Obviously, I had to say no. But then he said something that caught me off guard. He said that my eyes were the saddest he'd ever seen. Of course they are, I said. I'm Irish. I left everything on the bench and disappeared into the crowd.
Whoa. I'm freezing. No.
I've got to be careful.
Have I been there? Yeah, I have been there. I just have to walk with the shortest ways between the source of warm air or the fire.
Thin ice. I've got to be careful.
I know. But how can I differ the thin ice and the good ice?
Mother begged me not to go, but I assured her it was a peaceful rally. Molly wouldn't go with me, she was afraid the army would show up. So I dragged Stanley with me. I thought for sure he'd want to be there, because his father was one of the speakers. Paddy Whitaker was an electrifying presence. People were cheering and clapping as he spoke about the end to the violence, a peaceful end to the troubles. He spoke with such conviction, I nearly wept. But when I looked over at Stanley, he was wearing fucking headphones and messing with his cassette player. He said he'd heard it all before. I couldn't believe it. He has no idea how lucky he is.
Yeah, I see some code here.
First the shelter, now this lock. I've got to find a way through.
No. Let's check this one. No. Do we have some blade parts there? No? I think not. Let's try to get there. Yeah, I know the thin eyes. Yeah? No. No, 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 no. And let's try again. No. Come on. No, please. Get up there. You can do it. No. Please, no, 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 no. This was a bad end. Let's try again. What is the correct way? I have a memory about ice. I've been jumping on the ice on the river to break the ice. It was funny, I thought. And then the big piece of ice around me just crashed into the river. I barely jumped back to the save point. I was okay, but it was really, really scary. It's not breaking. It's strong ice, some kind of.
Another bunker.
I can't stop thinking about the dream. We were flying in the plane, but I wasn't afraid. I was giddy with excitement because we were flying back to Ireland. Stanley dove the plane so fast I could feel my stomach floating, and we were laughing like we haven't laughed in ages. As we dipped out of the clouds and swooped in over the ocean, I could see the white cliffs and green hills. Stone walls and hedges divided the patchwork fields dotted with livestock. And our tray welcoming us home. Then I woke up in this hot, filthy room, dripping with sweat. Stanley's still sleeping. No nightmares, thank God. Maybe it's my turn.
Yeah, good bunker.
I'll never break through that ice.
Yeah, we know, Stanley, we know. Let's get back. Wow. Oh no. How can I use the diary? Yeah.
Those numbers from the journal. This makes no sense.
How could she know that? Okay, let's jump there. I'm not sure that I would jump there in real life. It's almost sure dead. Really, it's a sure death.
Still alive. Got to get warm. Got to get warm.
I know.
Oh, this valve. Maybe. That's good. Oh, thank God.
Where are these valves getting? How this lamp was lighting up? Where did he get electricity from?
I don't know what's wrong with that man. Stanley came into Rory's pub tonight, sweaty and out of breath. His eye was swollen, his lip was bleeding, and he looked as proud as a peacock. He and one of his no-good mates went messing into East Belfast to stir up trouble. Stanley had the brilliant idea to spray the Story Plough over a Unionist mural, but they got caught by some locals and they got into a scrap. Rory thought that was a gas and bought Stanley a pint. I told Stanley he was an idiot. What if he'd been caught by the guard or the UVF? They'd have bloody killed him. But he was just too proud of himself to listen.
Yeah, our protagonist was a bad guy sometimes. The spots carrying much more the parts from the plane, much more than the plane has actually.
Is this another bunker? How many are there?
I think I missed something. Yeah, I see it. I see it clearly. The steam and the smoke was made very, very good in that game.
My face hurts from trying to smile all night. I can't blame Stanley. There's no way he could have known. He's not that cruel. He knew I was named after Beethoven's opera and just assumed that I'd be a fan. But it was my father who loved the opera. He'd blast those records into the night and stagger about with a half-empty bottle, waving it in time with the music. It was terrifying. But I loved Stanley. So I gripped his hand and smiled through the entire performance.
Yeah, so sacrificing, really. So
These pipes, they must all be connected.
so stupid and sacrificing.
Stanley, are you there? Oh, it's so cold. I can't stop shivering. My leg is gone numb. At least it doesn't hurt anymore. I might have fallen asleep. Oh, I thought I heard voices. I don't remember what time it is. I think it'll be dark soon. But I don't Think I'll make it through the night? Stanley, you've got to stay warm.
Oh, God. Hypothermia must be setting in. Oh, shit! Hail! Hail's too strong. I can't get through.
Okay, I understand. Let's run back to this bunker. No. Sometimes walking is a little bit boring. Let's get to the bunker. Birds. Let's have some smoke.
Got to get warm. Got to get warm.
Where am I now? What for was that? Okay. I just walked through this bunker and didn't find anything useful. Let's go up there.
Stanley can still surprise me, even after all this time. We drove out for a picnic at our tree by the ocean, but when we got there, Stanley pulled a guitar case out of the boot. I had no idea he played guitar. All afternoon we laid together, in the grass, under the tree, while Stanley strummed and plucked away. It was grand. Then he told me to close my eyes. I told him he better not have any funny ideas, but he said he tried learning a new song just for me. After a few bars, it started to sound familiar, but I couldn't stop myself from kissing him before he could finish the song. I'll let him finish it for me someday.
So It's really cold. Yeah, no, it's dangerous here, but how can I get anywhere else? This is the only way. Okay. Let's try again. Should I try to get through that storm? What does burn here? The ice? I should try to get there. If I wouldn't freeze to death. Nothing. Still nothing, and I'm dead. I see the smoke. I'll get some worm here. Right here. And then get here. It should work.
Molly and I snuck out to a party tonight. It was in full swing by the time we got there, meaning all the boys were bollocksed. Well, not all. We weren't there long when this beautiful lad hands me a beer and said his name was Cullen. He was tall, with bright green eyes, and he wore neon-coloured runners. I asked him if it was his party. He shook his head and said that he knew it was my party. Then he turned and waved his hand around like he was the great fucking Gatsby. And the first thing we saw was Stanley Whittaker throwing up in the kitchen sink. I laughed and said he could have his party back. We blathered for a while and we were really getting on when Stanley Whittaker stumbled over and asked Colin if he ever wore those shoes outside. And before I could tell him to fuck off, Stanley asked Colin if he knew I was the daughter of Michael O'Shea. I felt my legs go numb. Colin couldn't get away from me fast enough.
So what's next? What does this information give to me?
This thing. Christ, I hope it's big enough to protect me.
Yeah, I got that. Despite I was dead, I got that thing. and I can get up there. Yeah, I don't afraid of the snow.
It's working. Kiss my arse, fucking island. The black smoke. Nearly there. Oh no! Oh Christ, what now? Oh fuck! Help! Help me!
Okay.
No. No! I was right there. What do you want from me? Tell me what you want from me. Pull it together, Stanley. The sooner you find Leonore, the sooner you can get her off this fucking island. Just find her.
Yeah. Easy to say.
I will not be a prisoner's wife. I will not become like those other empty wives, like my mother. I will not be looked after or taken care of, isolated. There is no light without him. He is my heart, and I cannot live without my heart. I'll do whatever it takes to get him out. I will not be a prisoner's wife.
I'm lost. Leonore, please call. Let me hear your voice.
Now you're not lost.
I don't know what's going on with Stanley. I'm afraid he's gone mad. Tonight I was waiting for him at Rory's pub. Rory was complaining about his fucking hand again. When Stanley finally showed up, he looked white as a ghost. He grabbed my elbow and said we had to go. I'd been there a while, so I was in no mood to be handled. I told him to sit down while I finished my pint. But he snatched it from my hand and smashed it on the floor. Oh, Rory started shouting bloody murder, and that's when Stanley went for him. He threw himself at Rory, clutching for his throat. Rory was so shocked he slipped and fell to the floor. It took all my strength to pull Stanley off and drag him toward the front door. Rory stayed behind the bar, cursing all the Whittakers.
Yeah, those fire piles are barely visible. And it's really cool.
Of course. Missing the fucking handle.
Yeah.
Shit! Frozen shut.
I have to find the handle. Wow. Is it a whale?
All dead. Everywhere. I can't get through these fucking jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish.
I wonder why I keep these damn journals. There are so many things I wish I could forget. Today at the school site, my senses were filled with the buzzing of insects and the smell of the jungle. But then, all at once, I thought I was back in Belfast. The air rocked with a heavy thud of a bomb exploding. Stanley took off in a dead run towards the sound. A cow had set off an old landmine, and there was a man at the edge of the field shouting for everyone to stay back. But Stanley, he charged past him, splashing into the mud. I wanted to stop him. My voice froze in my throat when I saw Stanley lift the tiny body out of the grass. The boy's name was Udom. He had been walking with the cow. Udom's father collapsed as Stanley gently passed the boy to him. Udom's father kept apologising over and over for not protecting him from the evils brought to this village. So many funerals today. I was with Stanley at his father's funeral. There was quite a crowd of people. I told Stanley his father would be proud of the turnout, but he said Paddy would just want to make a speech. The police were watching the crowd, but they didn't bother anyone. They were hidden, but I spotted them straight away. I had to help Stanley write the eulogy for Paddy, but when it came time to read it, he couldn't speak. He gripped the sides of the lectern so hard I feared it would splinter in his hands. Finally, Stanley said Paddy was the speechmaker, but he wasn't enough like his father to do him justice. He just folded up the speech and left in silence.
Where should I go now? I can get through here.
Shite! These little fuckers can really sting.
How can it sting me? Do I have a bare legs? I still have no handle. Okay, let's search the handle in next part. Let's make some break. See you in next part.